This is a Sony FE 70-200 GM OSS lens. It feels and looks very similar to the Canon 70-200 2.8 lens. That is also one of my favorite lenses all around, so I was excited to see how this one would stand up to that one. It weighs 1.5 kilos, so the same as the Canon lens, but given that I don't have to use this with an adapter when using it on my Sony cameras, that makes the setup slightly lighter than if I would have used the Canon lens. Also, if you are shooting on Sony A7 series cameras like I do a lot, when using Canon lenses with adapters such as the Sigma MC11 or the Metabones, I find it tricky to know when the autofocus will work and not. And I don't have that problem with this one. Being a native Sony lens, the autofocus works just fine. And that's actually the main reason I would choose this one when working on Sony cameras over any other 70-200 lens. So just like the Canon lens, this one has a switch from autofocus to manual and a focus lock button on the lens barrel to lock focus at distance of 3 meters to infinity, or the closer option called full, which makes you able to focus from the closest distance of 0.96 meters to infinity. If you know that your focus is beyond 3 meters and there's a lot happening in the foreground, this option prevents the lens from unnecessary focus hunting. There is the option of optical steady shot, which is Sony's image stabilization system, helping correcting any shaking. I always keep this on unless I'm filming something standing very still on a locked off tripod. Mode 1 is for horizontal and vertical stabilizing, and mode 2 is for only vertical stabilizing if you are doing a horizontal pan. So the features of this lens are all very much like the Canon 70-200, which I think is great. Sony has taken a concept that works brilliantly and made it perform in its best ways with its own lenses. It works with full frame and with APS-C crop mirrorless cameras such as the Sony 6500 or Sony 6300. This will then give you the crop factor of 1.5, so the lens range will be 105 to 300 millimeters. I find this lens very sharp. I would say that it's sharper than the Canon lens, even though I haven't tested them side by side. I don't notice any distortion, the color is the same as other Sony lenses. I like the bokeh and the flares, although you will get some veiling flares when you're close to the sun shooting in across the images. It can be a bit too much at times, and this is what you have the long lens hood for, that they've actually made with a door. I think that is for being able to use variable filters on your lens at the same time as using this hood. But for me, having a Kenko 77 millimeter ND filter that fits well on this lens, but it doesn't fit together with this hood, so I still have to choose, and that would sort of be my only drawback about this lens. So the lens size is 77 millimeter diameter, which is the same as a lot of other lenses and great if you already have filters for it. All in all, I would say this is a wonderful piece of glass, and if you're using Sony E-mount cameras and you're looking for a 70-200 millimeter lens, I would say this is your best choice.